Welcome back, everyone. Part 59 here of Court of Swords, or part 2 of episode 59, I mean. Adam, where do you want to start off? Where are you taking this?
Everything's going so good. Where do you even begin?
Yeah.
I mean, Ramus, you know where to go now. You know where to find Utrix. So I think you're probably the one with the revelation, right? We see you cast the spell. You didn't announce what it was, so.
I just tell the group, I know where he is. I follow me. Like the tower is guiding me. And I just start walking in the direction that I could feel myself being drawn towards. And telling them to follow.
My hand reaches out and grabs him as he starts to run off almost. We don't know what's between us and wherever you're going. There's no way to know that it's safe. I don't deem that wise.
I don't think anywhere here is safe. And if he dies, this whole thing will collapse on us.
I turn to Agni. Tell Agni where you're going. She might know a better route, or perhaps a safe route.
Down in the tunnels. There. I just point in that direction on the floor.
She looks around. She looks around and she's like, the closest entrance to the subterranean parts of the Seclusium, we go through the kitchen. And she points to a building nearby, relatively untouched. Maybe like one of the walls has a big crack running up it, and there's smoke coming up out of a huge chimney. She says that should get us into the pantry, and from the pantry we should be able to access the tunnels.
Is Lydia going to give us a problem?
She shakes her head. No, of course not.
Okay. I didn't know if we'd be trespassing on her domain, God of the pantry and all.
I don't believe anyone's
she just
trespassing anymore.
She looks down at the ground when you see that, Kalimat. She's like, oh heavens, I hope she's okay. Come on, let's go.
Who is Lydia?
Well, what's great is the Berg is just kind of left there like, well, who's that? Okay.
Yeah, I turn. It's the cook. The cook. Get over here, bro. We're headed towards the.
We
diagonal fade to Ramus and Agni, leading the group of you into the kitchens, and it, as you might expect, they are lavish and enormous, and in their own way, both beautiful and utilitarian. Massive metal stoves line one side of the wall. There's a huge basin of water. And everywhere there's like food. And at one point, this food was like stocked nicely, ready to be cooked. But now it's all over the floor. So you like have to step over a bunch of fallen fruits or vegetables you've never seen before. There is like dried meat hanging from the walls. But it's all kind of a shambles now because the place has been shaken very aggressively. And so she's just opened the door and is like brushing all of you inside.
Yeah, we're rushing.
Go in.
Okay. All right. So Ramus, you come in and you're kind of leading the way, and you come around a corner and you see someone lying on the ground. They're lying on their back. It's at first you think it might be a statue, right? It's just like this perfect marble. It looks like it was carved in the shape of a person lying on the ground. She has an apron, long flowing hair, carved out of marble in like intricate, perfect whorls. Her face carved in an impassive but slightly smiling mask. She looks human, except that she has 6 arms. But it looks like someone has carved the statue just like lying on the ground in the way.
Agni,
and you have a second before Agni comes up behind you.
I'm just like, Agni, is this her? I point to the ground.
So Agni comes up behind you and she puts her hand to her face. She's like, oh, and pushes you out of the way. You take 5 damage.
Ow.
Ow.
You feel her, like when her hand touches you, there's like searing flesh. You pull away, you take 5 damage, and she pushes past you and she runs over and she's like, Lydia, and is like kneeling on the floor, like staring at her.
I run up and like see if I can tell if this is like if it's alive, if like I'm not even sure what it is, like what creature she is.
It looks to you like a statue. Though now there are tears of what look like molten iron dripping from Agni's face and solidifying on the like apron of this statue. And so she's just like kneeling and like just crying, like she's just like bereft.
Agni, is there anything we can do for her?
I don't think she says anything. She just is just like sobbing into her hands.
Agni, help us help her.
I try casting Cure Wounds on her just to see if it has any effect.
Yeah. Cure Wounds doesn't have any effect on stone. So no. And
everything.
Yeah,
around
you
us
want to
is
try to.
falling
I mean, you want to
apart.
try to shake her out of it because she's just like lost in her grief, right? She can't barely hear you.
Agni, do you want to be here when this whole place falls apart? Do you want your father to get the message?
Just still more like crying. It's going to take more than just like talking to her to get her attention.
We don't have time for this.
Yeah, I mean, you could just step over her and like past Agni and just keep going. Like, you know the way, Ramus, if you want to leave her here.
What was her brother's name again?
Oh,
Did we
that's
write
a good
that
question.
down?
I wrote it down, but it's like several pages ago in my
Novum.
notes.
Novum.
Novum, thank
Novum,
you.
Yeah, I was done with an M, and I couldn't remember.
Well, I think of something that would shock her out of that, and that's one thing I think of is think of your brother, and I say his name. He needs you to get through this. Snap out of it.
Make a persuasion check. It's gonna be real difficult. Like even referring to her brother.
Can I give him advantage on that since I was trying to help?
6.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, roll it again. Okay.
Wow,
That's 3 sixes in a row. The devil's here.
Yeah. She just like
We know that.
she waves a hand back at you, and like flecks of her tears like hit the wall and the ceiling. And we see like a kumquat or something get this molten lead thrown on it, and it just like shrivels in. And she's just like, "Go on without me," and like drops her forehead
Berg.
to her dead friend.
Berg, if she will not accompany us and help us, then I don't think we should help her either. Leave the ruby with her. Leave the message.
Berg just kind of goes like looks at the others like,
Really?
like waits to see the others' reaction, gauge them. Sally and Ramus, are you like responding at all this?
I think when you look over at Solly, I'm still hunched over. Running's not my forte, so I'm out of breath. And I'm just kind of saying to myself, like, how did this happen? And I'm there, but I'm not mentally there. I'm trying to retrace my footsteps, and I'm like, the fountain, it cracked, and I'm trying to put 2 and 2 together. But in my mind, I know that the fountain cracking would not let loose that thing. And I know that Kalimat wasn't there. So I kind of like have that realization and cut the air of whatever is being said at the moment. I say, Kalimat, where were you? When we were at the fountain, where did you go?
We'll have time to discuss everything later. I kind of want to know what happened to that fountain. All I saw was it broken and cracked open, but there's no time to discuss that. Berg, leave the ruby, leave Agni. We must continue on, or this place will leave without us.
Berg like takes a moment to think about it, and just like,
yeah. And so Berg, in this moment, you've got Kalimat like shouting at you what to do. Ramus is concentrating on the spell and is trying to kind of like lead. Ramus, you feel like an almost instinctive pull where the spell is taking you. Sally Hoffa, accusing Kalimat of
I didn't accuse.
something.
I just don't know where he
like,
was. I'm trying to put 2 and 2 together, get all the information.
And around and above all of that, you have Agni, who's just like down on her knees, hands on her face, like just sobbing in pain. And then this beautiful statue just like lying frozen, like smiling slightly into the empty air. What do you do?
Berg thinks for a second, and he looks down at Agni and everything. He's just like,
No. I gave her my word. I will not break that promise. Agni, if you can hear me, we need to go now.
and like shoves it like the back of her.
Yeah, I mean, you could you just you want to push her, or you want to pick, pick her up,
whatever. No, I mean,
well,
I'm
curious how like aggressive you're being about this. Like, if you just throw something at her, she'll probably just be annoyed. But if you want to like actually physically pick her up, you can. She's not like intangible.
Yeah, you know what? I think Berg would do that.
Okay.
Yeah, Berg just attempts to like scoop her up to try to pull her away.
Okay. Yeah. So you pull her to her feet, and she turns around. You do take the 5 fire damage. And so she's looking at you, and she's these streaks of molten metal dripping in her face. And I think she does this without even thinking. I think she just hugs you. She's like grabs you and like pulls you to her and like presses her face into your neck, and it hurts so bad. Like you can feel your skin like crisping, and there's like smoke coming off of you. You can push her away. What do you do?
I think Berg, when this happens, Berg, like he's grabbed her. The fire sizzles. He's like, "Ugh!" And then he just like holds onto her and pulls her tight again. He's like, "We need to go now."
Hurts, doesn't it?
So you hold her for just a second, like long enough for you to take another 5 damage, and then she realizes what she's doing, and she pushes you away, and she's like, oh heavens, I'm so sorry, and she like looks at you as if she's like only now kind of seeing you, and she says, Lydia was the only. There's going to be time to be upset later. I'm sorry. We don't have.
It's fine.
Come on,
Let's
it's this way. And she gestures down the hallway. And Ramus, you're like a bloodhound let off the leash. You're ready to go again.
Yeah. This way I could feel it.
Mm-hmm.
As we're continuing down, I want to say to Berg and Agni, Berg, Agni, forgive me for my words. I needed to say something to motivate one of you. I apologize. They were not words that I meant.
She looks at you and like sniffles, and she says, "That's okay. If you'd tried to break your word on me, I would have lit all of you on fire from the inside anyway." So it's good we don't have to do that.
I actually laugh at that. Of course you would.
Berg shoots Kalimat a look like.
Yeah, that catches my train of thought off guard, and I kind of like snap back in.
I like her.
Ramus, the way.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So we follow you down into the darkness, and as you remember, the tunnels above are wide, but they become quite narrow below the seclusium. So now you're all traveling one in front of the other. You can't stand side by side. And as you get deeper into the seclusium, you notice that the damage is quite bad down here. There are places where the rock has cracked and pulled apart, so you have to jump across like a crevasse just to stay in the tunnel. And I think that you come to what at some point was a juncture or like a room, but instead of a hallway going in like a T intersection, there's just like a rift of about 30 feet in front of you, just a big, huge hole. And you stop because you can't go any further. Ramus, you're in the front. And I think you can come out into the room and spread out a little bit, but there's still this huge sort of tear in the ground. So yeah, how are you going to get across? What are you going to do?
1 second. I have to read spells.
Agni leans over and looks down into the like the pit, and she says to you, Ramus, that wasn't here before.
It's like the whole island's falling apart.
Which worries me. If we can't get to the one thing and then the other. So and you all kind of like look at each other like, what are you gonna do?
Is there a way that I could, like, with my dexterity, I guess, like use the wall or something like that? Is there any way possible that I could traverse this?
So a jump across a chasm is a long jump. You can cover a number of feet up to your strength score if you get a 10-foot run at it first. I don't think
you had me at strength score. Never mind.
Yeah, that's as far as you can
How
jump.
far is it?
It's about 30 feet, maybe a little less.
Yeah,
I can do it.
I see Kali kind of like judging the distance and maybe back up to get ready to start running towards it. I put my hand out. I think I look over at Kalimad. I just touch you and cast Levitate on you. And say, you first. You kind of just start rising up from the air.
Okay.
So you see me like the kids in Peter Pan for the first time, like,
Yeah, or the fizzy lifting drink.
Jesus,
Yeah. I hope you're doing
wait, you do that.
Yeah.
All right, I try and like get my bearings. Like, is it like swimming or is it like walking on just solid ground?
No, you just float. You're now like weightless. You can't like move back and forth. You have no lateral movement.
Well, you can push or
just
pull
gonna-
against stuff, though. So
Yes, you could pull yourself along the wall.
that's part of the spell. Yeah, specifically.
Or someone could shove you really hard and you could float.
Yeah.
Okay. Someone give me a push, not Agni.
Okay. Berg, you're the strongest. Push him.
Berg, yeah, before, as soon as he says that, like, Berg's already, like, just, like,
Give him a shove.
Not so hard.
no, it's a hard shove. Yeah, you weren't ready for it.
So you like spin and kind of bonk off the wall. Yep.
Jesus. Okay, I kind of try and get my bearings here. All right. And I look for anything that all of you on that side look for rope or pieces of wood or anything like that or something to span the distance. I will look on this side.
I pull out rope
To
from my
see-
bag and tie it to something on this side and maybe try to lob it over to.
Yeah, there isn't really anything to tie it to. Nothing sticks out. There's no like, it's like the floor and the walls and the ceiling are all relatively flat, and there's this like chasm.
I take the small knife out of my bag.
Okay.
And I try to. The walls are they stone? What are the walls made out of?
Yeah, they're stone walls, but they're cracked, right? There's been like earthquakes, and so you can. You could probably like.
I guess I
Get
look
the
at
knife
I look at the knife, and then in my peripheral vision, I see this giant fire molten elemental chick, and I say, Agni, poke a hole through that wall. Just stick your finger straight through it. We need a slot to put this rope through.
She looks at you and she's like, "Wait, what?"
The wall. I would assume this wall is just like open, right? Can she just put her arm through and make a loop?
No, the walls are on the outside, but she could just like I could poke a hole. You could like loop something through.
That's what I want to do. Yeah. The wall.
We're just
Your
staring
finger.
at Sally like-
We need to put rope there so we can get
Everybody
across.
stares at Sally for a second, and then she's like, and she just goes like this, like boop onto the wall, and it starts to like hiss, and eventually, she like shoves her finger in all the way up to the knuckle, and then like curves her finger a little bit, and then pulls it out, waits for it to cool, and now there's a little half donut shaped like hole in the wall.
The other side,
looks at
quickly,
you.
make a loop. I need to feed the rope through it.
Yeah, and so you're able to like put the rope through and tie it off, and it's just knotted to this hole in the wall.
Yeah, and then I toss the other side to Kalimant across the way.
So while Sally Hoffa is tossing it to Sully, she looks at you, Berg, and she's like, hanging out with you guys is really weird.
You have no idea.
She shakes her head and she's like, are all mortals like this?
Berg, like, thinks for a second.
I don't think so, no.
Okay. Well, I mean, it was a good plan, I guess. And then so you've thrown the rope over, and Cully, you've got it on the other side.
Yeah. And I kind of break their conversation up. Agni, can you get across this yourself, or do you need help?
She like looks down. She's like, "Listen, I'm a demigoddess of fire, not falling.
Can you
So,
can you cool? Screw it. And I put my hand on her and cast levitation.
Like, ow! So take 5 damage.
after I look over and confirm that Kalimat is on safe ground. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Do I take the damage?
Yeah. Yeah. So take 5. And then she just like crawls her way along the wall.
Yeah. Once she makes it through,
Okay.
Ramus, you're next. I put my hand on Ramus. He starts to
Watch where you
levitate.
put your hands, turtle.
Use the rope to guide you.
Okay. So you have enough spell slots to cast levitate 5 times?
I have 3, and then I will
Okay.
cast Arcane Recovery, which we haven't used yet, which means I can regain some spell slots, and I will use the final 2 on me and Berg.
All right. Lots of levitating. Yeah. Okay, great. So eventually you all get to the other side, and and Agni watches the last of you crosses, and she says to you, Kalimat, she's like, "Huh, a little overcomplicated, but it worked. So, let's go."
You just said so much more than you know.
I also, as we're going, I untie the rope and have them pull me across so I don't lose my rope.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So you continue through the tunnels, and you come to a room. It's a like 20 foot by 20 foot, basically square box. And in front of you, there are 2 doors. One of them is it looks like it was torn off its hinges. So there's an opening, and there's a wood and metal door lying on the ground, and it looks like it's been slashed apart by something very sharp. It's not like broken wood. You don't see splinters anywhere. It's just sheared off at several planes, and it's lying in pieces on the floor. That's the left door. The right door is just like wood, like this pale wood that you saw before, and it is open just slightly. It's like a little crack open. Ramus, all you can feel is that it's forward. You do not know which of these 2 doors it is.
Okay. Well,
Ramus,
know it's
which way?
I know it's this way, but the doors are that way. Zally, you look behind the slash door, and I'll look inside the slightly open one, and we'll see what we see.
You don't know where to go.
I know it's forward.
Ramus, calm down. Kalimat, we need you to sneak forward through this door. As quiet as possible. You're the only one. I kind of like point towards the slash door.
All right.
Okay.
Well,
So the door that's been all like slashed open.
yeah.
That's the one I'm pointing at, yeah.
Sure. So what do you do?
Well, it's been fun, and if you hear me say, "Help! I'm dying," then come on in. All right, off I go.
Okay. And you want to do this like stealthily, so you're quiet as you walk?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and do the thing. Okay. All right. So you begin to skulk down the hallway. So yeah, I think that the hall, for the most part, is a simple dark stone hallway. There's no like tile or anything like that. This looks like it was just carved out of raw stone. Occasionally, however, you see deep gouges in the stone, mostly at like shoulder height on either side occasionally. And much like the door, they are deep and incredibly sharp. They cut in these sort of perfect triangular, like narrow gashes in the wall. and you kind of see that as you move down the hallway. The hallway continues like 100 feet or so of this, as far as you can tell.
Okay. Is there anything? There's no like nothing moving, no creatures, no like imminent danger where I'm at.
Not that you can see. No.
Okay. I guess I'll continue forward until I see something worth stopping for.
Okay. All right. So you continue down the hall. What's everybody else doing while this is happening?
While he, or like the second he leaves, you see me get down on one knee, and I'm starting to inscribe runes on the ground. I'm going to cast Find Familiar as a ritual.
Okay, so you're going to take the 10 minutes to cast it?
If we're here for 10 minutes. I don't know if we're going to be here for 10 minutes. But
Yeah, you'll start the ritual, but you might get interrupted.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay. All right. Yeah, so you begin to cast your spell. Okay, sounds good. What about the rest of you? Anything in particular you're doing?
So, am I correct in assuming that just this entire time, like, it's just like rumbling and like just shit kind of like crumbling and falling, and
Yeah.
it's pretty chaotic, right?
Down here, it's a lot more peaceful because there's no, like, you're not upstairs where all the real, like, terrible
Just trying to
shit's
get the appropriate atmosphere for tone.
Yeah, occasionally there's like a rumble. You can hear stone cracking. You're underground during an earthquake, so that's not good. But it's not one long sustained earthquake. It's little fits and starts of instability.
Yeah.
And just to clarify, Adam, the other door leads to a different place from the first door that's slashed, or are they like just a double door?
They're two parallel hallways, or at least they seem that way from where you're standing. You haven't really like looked into the other one.
I think as soon as he goes in the one door, I just crack open and peek in the other door to see what's in there.
Okay. That room, you see a hallway that extends out as far as you can see. So like whatever 60 feet, your light spell, whatever that shows. And it looks like a hallway that was trapped at one point, but the traps have all been triggered. So there are like metal blades that are just like sticking out into the hallway. Looks like someone went through here, triggered whatever the traps were, and then you can't see much past that.
Well, not that way.
Yeah.
We'll wait for him.
Okay. All right. So, Kalimat, you reach the end of this hallway, and there is a vault door. So there's an area that opens up a little bit. There's a big circular door, and it is pulled forward from the wall and rolled sideways slightly. And beyond, you can see the faint glow of gold, and you can see light glowing from that direction. Yeah, it looks like a treasure room of some kind.
Okay. Can I hear anything? Like movement?
Roll a perception check.
Okay. 16.
You hear something that sounds somewhere between the sound of like coins shifting in a pile, this metallic like sound, or also like bugs like skittering around. Just faint.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I peek in without totally revealing myself? Does it look like I can do that?
You can try. I mean, you're a rogue. That's your fucking thing. So you sneak up to the door and like peer into the vault. Yeah, it's like maybe like it's fairly small. It's like 60 by 60. You can see that at the far end, you now see what I described before. You see sitting in his throne, chest broken open, eerily bloodless though. There's no like spray. There's no organs. It's like someone stuck a sharp object into the bottom of his throat, dragged it all the way down to his navel, and then just peeled him open. So his ribs are open, and yeah, there are tiny gold insects or creatures kind of like crawling all over him, and they seem to be like nesting in or crawling out of his chest. His head is like lolled back, His eyes are open. He's just staring up at the ceiling. And then the room in front of him, there is a scrying bowl. So like a big stone bowl, maybe 10 feet across with perfectly still, like mirror-like water on top of it. And then there are some tables and some treasure chests just kind of like laying around that he has just kind of left here. So it's sort of like the combination of a treasure hoard. One might imagine a dragon sleeping on, but then also like his little like sanctum.
Okay, in all of my travels all over the place, have I ever heard of someone being like a husk for bugs?
Make a history check.
Okay. 11.
Okay. You were in a village very briefly, maybe passing through in the northern part of the Court of Swords before the court got all like dangerous to go to because of the big undead problem they've been having. But you were in the northern part of the Court of Swords. You're passing through a village, and maybe you stopped to like, I don't know, get your bearings or like share a meal with some peasants, some rice farmers. And you remember that the family had someone in the fields had captured like a weird insect. And you remember the children had killed it, right? You remember that you saw one of the kids like had stomped on it, but it was this little like perfect golden scarab. And at the time, you were just like, oh, it's like a weird bug of the hinterlands. But you now like recall, oh, that's the same thing. You can see that these bugs are the same as that thing that those peasant kids were messing around with that they had caught out in the field that day. Nothing about playing host to bugs, nothing like that, but that's the thing that comes to mind.
I kind of keep my eye on what's going on in there, and I take out like a card from my deck and look at it and see like if it's still weird and like instead of
the deck is fine. Yeah. Yeah, you take a quick like flip through it and all the cards seem to be what you expect.
All right. And no other sounds do I hear besides the tinkling of gold and bugs like crawling on it.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Then I'll make my way back.
Okay. All right. So Sully, you have summoned your familiar.
How much time has passed?
I don't know.
It's important to answer. I need an answer because it's important to see if the spell goes off.
Oh yes, yeah, absolutely. That was what I was going to say. Is you've finished your spell? Like the
spell's an hour and 10 minutes.
Oh, it's an hour and 10 minutes. Then no,
or
no,
an hour.
I thought it was just 10 minutes for the ritual.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, it definitely hasn't been that long.
Okay.
So Calumet coming back is the thing, and I think it's been like 10 or 15. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he comes back. Maybe the door swings open or something, and the arcane etching gets like slightly adjusted. The spell just kind of fizzles. You see all the arcane. Oh, Kali, you're back. What'd you find?
I'd say you're not going to believe this, but you're going to believe this. I found Utrix, at least what was left of him. His chest split wide open, as if someone had dragged a sword from his neck and dragged it down. Split open, ribs showing, no blood, no organs, just golden scarabs in a mound of treasure.
And
Wait,
Agni's just staring at you with her eyes wide, like, what? What?
Yes.
So, he's dead.
But
I don't know.
He couldn't be. I feel him there.
Maybe he turned into bugs.
Wizards can sometimes. I try to think of something that at least some of the elder wizards in Turtletown have echoed, or some stuff that I've heard of, in terms of just like prolonging life, but not in their own body. Do I know of anything in particular that would
I mean, you know of ways that wizards can potentially like cheat the cycle of reincarnation, right? Like
right.
you can become a lich or something like that. It's very very frowned on, especially it's like straight up the worst kind of blasphemy. But it can be done. Part of magic's appeal is to allow you to break the rules of reality.
But in terms of the actual, like, rib cage being splayed open and chest and everything,
None of that sounds. I mean, you can make an Arcana check if you want to, but it doesn't immediately jump.
10.
Okay, yeah, no, definitely, you're not. Yeah, you're not sure.
I think we should go look at him, and we can't know more until we look at the body.
Was there anyone else in the room? Did you see anything else besides the body?
I told you exactly what I saw. I saw bugs. I saw gold and treasure. I saw him with his chest split open. And I also saw, a scrying bowl as well.
Agni, is there anyone that Utrix has kept that you know of? You've been on this place for a very long time that could do such a thing, or that has a death ritual such as this?
She shakes her head and she says, Utrix was always looking for ways to cheat death, but I mean, no, he didn't share that stuff with me. And yeah, she just kind of is like, I don't know, I'm a little overwhelmed right now. Like, she doesn't really know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm sitting there scratching my chin. Very well. I wish to see the body when I start walking.
Yes, we can think on the way.
Yeah.
Okay, so you head into the room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I warned them of the sharp stuff before we walk in.
Okay, so as you walk into the room, the dimensions of the place seem to like elongate and stretch out. So what looks like a square room, as you get into it, it like kind of accordions away from you in sections. So it's actually quite a lot larger once you get inside. There is a sort of placidity to the place, a quiet, and you're looking around. And it's like being in someone's tomb, appropriately.
We walk in the room without being stopped or anything?
No.
No issues?
Yeah, I mean the door is like open already, so there isn't anybody to stop you. Basically,
I turn to Agni. Is this where we need to be?
She looks at you and says, I don't know what you mean. This is where Ramus, I mean, she points and doesn't really look. She's like, he's there, right?
Agni,
we just need to make sure he's alive.
The experiment, is it near here? You said he would be here.
One thing at a time, please. Can someone just go and look?
Yeah, I'm already like halfway there to the body as she's saying that. I'll make an investigation check. Do you want to help me, Ramus? What's your...
Yeah, I'm helping you.
So it's about 150 feet before, of room before the first thing you reach. Yeah, it's quite long, right? Before you reach the Scrying Bowl, it's this big stone, like flat surface. And then from the edge of the Scrying Bowl, it's another like 50 or 60 feet up to the throne.
Okay. Well, Ramus is definitely like... I'll take a step and then slow down with the intention of Ramus is walking first. I don't know if he catches me doing this, but I'm definitely letting him take the first steps.
Something wrong with your legs.
No.
You seem to be moving slow.
No, not at all. Please, after you.
You never let me lead. What's going on?
Well, I'm quite slow. We all know this, Ramus. I am a turtle after all.
I will go.
Berg just kind of pushes them aside. Like, we have shit to do. Like,
yeah.
That's the
so you reach
sort of...
you reach the edge of the Scrying Bowl. What do you do? Does anybody stop to look at it, or do you just kind of like go around it and walk up towards the throne?
I definitely look into the Scrying Bowl and see if it... I don't necessarily know if I'm familiar with Scrying Bowls, but I could probably see it.
Make an Arcana check.
Okay. I guess that's a good way to determine it. 20? I guess maybe I am.
It depends. Sometimes they're just used to cast spells on and use them as a focus for your magic. But if it's like if it in and of itself is magic, you should be able to just concentrate on a thing and see it in the bowl.
Is there any? Does it take reagents to work, or is it just simply the bowl?
No. If it's, I mean, normally it's like a spyglass. You just look at it and concentrate real hard, and then it will show you whatever it is that you want to see.
I think of home is a great, like the first thing that pops into my head is home, and I touch the bowl.
What do you see? What does Selihafa's home look like when you look into the water?
It's mostly just like the busy streets of Turtletown. There's probably like a market or something like that. It's not specifically the house, but
right. And they live in like bubble cities basically, right?
Yeah.
Like underwater.
Underwater.
Yeah.
Environment,
Okay. So the sky is this blue green kind of flickering, and there's lights hanging from posts, and all of these turtles coming and going, talking to each other, and we see the market in the city that you were raised in, and no one else sees this, but Sully, you're granted a glimpse of home.
Okay. I snap back out of it. And I'm looking around the room.
Yeah, is
What did you
anybody
see
else?
in there?
Yeah, you're all watching him look into the pool.
Well, yeah, because he looked at me like.
What'd you see in there?
interactive.
I saw my home. This is a scrying bullet. It works.
Can it show you anything?
If you, yes, I assume so. But be very careful with it. I don't know if. What do you want to see?
I peer into the water and I concentrate on the fifth guest room and her scale, and I'm thinking of who the person is and trying to see. I want to see if they're still alive and on the island.
Okay.
What I'm concentrating on.
Yeah. So Ramus, when you stare into the pool, it really like flickers and the water seems to flow, and you see kneeling down, putting clothes or something into a bag. You see a woman dressed in black. She's gotten rid of the like long disguise she was wearing before when she played for Selihafa. She still has a veil, so you can't see her face, but you do see she has these two like big black curling like horns coming out of her head, and then a silver braided ponytail in between them. She has these like shock white eyes, and then it's got a veil that's attached to two rings that are like pierced through her horns. It's covering her face. And she seems to be packing. So you see her like putting things in a bag. She throws the bag over her shoulder, grabs a sword, puts it on her belt, like checks it to make sure she can draw it. And then looks like she's getting ready to leave.
The fifth guest is still there in the house. She's mysterious. I'd see her. You're right. This thing could show you anything.
Wait, I have an idea. And I think about
so while
with
this is while this is happening, because you're all looking at, okay, go ahead, Sully.
with a 20, do I know if things can see back through this, or if it's a one-way?
Yeah, right. The whole Palantir problem.
Yeah.
It depends on what you're scrying on. Some things are more sensitive to being scryed at than others.
Fuck. Okay, go ahead and do whatever you do. I'll think about it. What were you gonna? Were you gonna jump to somewhere else at him or not?
I was gonna say, like, while Ramus and Selihafa are doing this, what's everyone else doing? Like, we see Agni, and she's just staring at it. Like, she's obviously seeing something in the water.
I left a thing for you in Skype, Adam.
Oh, okay. Let me take a look. Berg, what are you doing? Are you looking at the water? Or are you like, why is everybody looking at the water?
I think Berg is, he's kind of like, why is everybody looking at the water? Because all Sally said was just like, it's the name of the thing, right? That's what he said. He said he saw home.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I think Berg kind of gets closer to the water and then like asks Sally, like,
What does it do?
It opens your eyes to another place, whichever you're thinking about, and shows it to you as if you were there. Be very careful with it. And while I say that, I'm about to do something incredibly dumb, and I look at the scrying portal, and I want to think
the
about
good thing about having 18 intelligence is that you can choose not to use it.
Yeah, I want to look into the scrying thing and think about whatever it was that killed Zardoz.
Okay. So you see a place that is indistinct. You're standing in kind of a bubble of clarity, but outside of it, you see motion, gold light, kind of reflected as if you were looking at the sun from under the surface of a pond. And inside this little bubble of clarity, you can see there is something kind of like floating, and your point of view is slowly coming around the side of it. It's a humanoid shape, kind of like a sarcophagus shape almost. So you see a head shape and shoulders, and then a kind of tightening down towards the feet of something kind of like hovering in the center of the space with its arms folded across its chest. And as we come around the front of it, you can see, it looks like a massive golden, like a tomb or like a sarcophagus. It has on the front of it vaguely insectoid features, like mandibles and antennae that come out the back, armored plating on the front of it, and in its hand, it's holding a curved dagger and like an ankh in its other hand, like a circle with a line in the other hand, and it's just sort of floating in the center of this space. And you hear sort of rasping in your mind suddenly before you're booted from being able to see this, before you step back from the water. You hear mind your own business, seer. And you like step back, and the surface of the water is like steaming. Everybody else just sees Sully glance into the pool and like take a sudden step back.
As I'm thrown back, I collect myself. Agni, is there a sarcophagus, a tomb that houses an insect creature king somewhere on the grounds?
And she's looking. She looks away from the water and looks at you, and she shakes her head and she says, "No, nothing like that."
Can I tell if the area that I was to try and like think about the area that I just saw? It doesn't look like it was on this island.
You couldn't tell, right?
Okay. What were we gonna say, Max?
No, Berga approaches and looks into the water and like kind of thinks for a second. And his mind drifts to Azure Vortex, even though he knows that she's gone. He wants to see if he can see anything.
Yeah, so you look into the pool, and you recall, painful though it might be, you recall the like feelings of being around her, the sound of her voice, your time with Azure Vortex, and slowly into view comes a. I think you can hear it first. It's like children laughing, and like one of them squeals, and they're like singing a song, and we see the surface of the water flicker, and there's a girl. She's a genasi of some kind, air or water maybe, and she's sitting cross-legged, just wearing like peasant's clothes, and there's a human boy across from her, and in between them there's some stones lying on the ground. And they're like playing some kind of game. So they're like singing and clapping, and then one of them will lunge for something in between, and the other one will try to slap their hand, and they both burst out giggling. And they're like looking at each other. And we see this for a second, and then the girl like looks up, and then the boy says something to her in a language you don't understand, and she's just like shh, and like waves at him, and she looks like right at you. And then shakes her head and turns back to him, and then like pushes the boy, and it's just like he laughs and like falls over, and they go back to playing their game.
Berg is like confused for a second. He like looks and he's like, and then it occurs to him what he might have seen. He's like smiles for a second.
Yeah.
And then he racks his brain and thinks of Chuckle.
Like, oh, elephant.
He was just like, what else do I? Because Berg doesn't really want to see anything else.
Yeah. So the rest of you are standing around this. The rest of you are standing around this pool. Everybody's kind of distracted by it. Kalimot, you're doing the thing you're doing. But when you look, like we have the camera pan up from the group of you, and you can see the throne, and it's sitting with like a pile of what looks initially like gold coins, but they're actually these gold like beetles kind of like swarming around. There's thousands of them just kind of swarming around the base of the throne and like crawling over his body and like coming out of this guy's chest. And he's just like lying there staring at the ceiling with his chest peeled open. So yeah, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, I
also everybody take inspiration because there's lots of that going on. So
okay.
Fire that up.
Yeah, I turn and I think I'm pretty quick to notice the scarabs there and put 2 and 2. Whoever, it's the same person. These clearly there's a connection. The scarabs, the insectum I just saw. That's whatever is done here is by that person's things, whatever hand. It's the same thing that killed Zaridas. That is what I focused on.
I walk up to the bugs to get a closer look, and just
okay.
Do they remind me of the bugs that I saw in the forest that were like leaving film over everything? A long time ago, we saw these bugs that were like crawling around, and we even captured one in a pot.
Yes, yeah, totally exactly the same thing. Yep.
We've seen these before. These creatures. Berg, do you remember these bugs? You caught one in a pot.
Like thinks and looks at them as like,
You've seen these creatures before?
Yes. They all went crawling inside this giant suit of armor thing.
And what did that suit of armor look like?
What do you mean suit of? I've never heard of this before.
Do you remember, Berg, the giant creature that yelled at us and then it made the forest explode?
It did what now?
Yes. He nearly died.
How long ago was this?
Years and years ago.
Many years ago.
Adam, when I was tracking Berg in the forest, was there mark or remnants of this whole encounter?
I don't think so. I don't think you ever came across any of that.
Okay. Can I make an Arcana check to see if I have any idea what the fuck it could possibly be, just by what they've said?
Yes. Yeah, very difficult Arcana check, but you can make one.
23? It's not bad.
It's pretty good. Yeah, it's mostly like it's mostly in the Court of Swords. There are these like occasional like rumors that people will tell you, or like you'll pick up like hints of this stuff, predominantly around like warriors of gold, something about like pyramid shapes, and then these insects, and you like connect the two in your head when you recall this memory, but no one knows any more than that, so no one could have told you any more.
Okay, I just say those are ancient.
The thing spoke. And I described the language of Elvish that this language I studied in the library, but no one really knows much about. But we found I know how to read the runes and speak the runes. That it spoke this ancient language. So these creatures or these things are very old, and no one knows anything about them.
So. Kalimat, Agni says to you, you hear her voice, and she's like, Kalimat, look. And when you look at her, she is pointing at one of the piles of gold, and it's like shifting. There's a pile of gold near you, and Ramus, you notice across the other side, it's also shifting, and something. There are two things that are emerging from the pile of gold. I'm gonna show you the map, and we will describe the thing you see. You are interrupted in your reveries by two enormous insectoid creatures. They seem to be plated in gold. They have huge shearing mandibles, and they're just rising up out of the piles of gold. And I need everybody to roll initiative. Please and thank you. Let me a second. Don't roll yet. Let me clear the order from last time.
had to get the experiment.
Okay, so
Hey man, we're getting
cool.
a free scrying orb out of this if it fucking works.
That's
so
true.
I'm totally down with this shit.
It's not an orb, it's a well, though.
Oh, is it a
Yeah,
scrying
it's a,
well?
it's a big bowl. You can see it. It's that big ass like thing down there.
Oh, so it's okay. It's not a pocket scrying orb.
No.
no, certainly
Gotcha. All right.
not an actual Palantir.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we roll?
Yeah, go ahead and roll. Yeah, select your token and roll.
All right.
So are these giant rust monsters?
Yes, thank you. I didn't even have to describe them. They're enormous fucking rust monsters.
Hey, good
Except-
rolls.
All right.
Rust
They've already
function.
picked me clean pretty much, so it doesn't fucking matter.
Okay, so Berg and Silly Huffa, you get to go. You get to go first. You can do them in whatever order you want. Berg, did you roll twice? You have advantage. You're probably not gonna do better than 19, but
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna do it in that, but yeah, I'll do it.
okay.
What are you doing, Bert?
You hold it.
Berg just has
Hey,
Okay.
we'll go with that 19.
keep that 19. All right, so Sully or Berg, either of you can go first.
These things look aggressive, I would assume. That's why we rolled
Oh
initiatives.
yeah, yes, definitely.
Okay.
They're gonna bite.
Well, before Berg runs off, I say, Berg, quick! I put my hand on you and cast haste. You are...
Okay. So before you do that, Sully. Oh no, you're fine, Sully. Go ahead. Sorry. Never
Yeah,
mind.
okay. Yeah, I
Ignore
cast
me.
haste on you, Berg. You start to radiate light from you, and you are now moving at double your speed.
And just like before, everything kind of just slows right down, Berg.
Okay.
And then, with a 20, to think back, is the water in a scrying orb important? Is that the magical aspect of it, or is it?
No.
Or sorry, the bowl itself.
It would be the bowl itself that's enchanted. You would need to pour specific water, like blessed or sanctified or whatever water, into it. But it's the bowl that's magic.
Okay, I'm just gonna distance myself as much as possible. I will. Is this where is the south where we came in from?
It is, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Those are like pillars, so you can't walk through them.
Okay, great. I will go and put myself in between the two pillars, directly
Okay.
south.
All right, so you cast haste and you move. All right,
that's
so
my turn.
Berg, it's your turn. You get. Can you dump haste into the chat?
I
for me?
will. Keep in point. The important thing here is 10 turns, and then you will basically have a real bad time. So, do all you can at 10 turns, Berg.
All right.
What does that mean?
Okay.
Attack?
It
Leave?
just means you're gonna completely lose an entire round.
So you choose. So you get a +2 bonus to your AC. You have advantage on deck saves, and you get an additional action that can be used to attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object. It is your turn, Berg. What would you like to do?
Okay. Has Berg seen anything like this? I mean, obviously it's like similar to the construct kind of stuff thing that we saw before. Beyond that, does Berg know anything more about these enemies in terms of
I don't think
might
so.
be capable
No.
of? Probably not.
Yeah. Yeah. Now your movement rate is like bananas. It's like 80.
Okay. I think Berg is gonna move here. These are big pillars, you're saying, right here?
Yes. Yeah. Big stone pillars.
Berg is gonna yell at Ramus to follow him and go right here.
Okay. So you move. You have many options for actions. Do you want to do anything else?
Yeah, with haste, what am I like? I mean, I guess
Yeah,
You have
yeah.
your regular
Blow
action.
gun.
Yeah.
I can, I can throw a javelin or shoot a blowgun at this giant golden.
I mean, you can run up to it. You have 80 movement speed.
Sorry, did you say you are gonna rage or no?
It's just so it's really tough to be Berg because like nobody says whether or not they're gonna stay or leave. So it's like,
It's a lot like, do I attack? Do I not?
do I attack? Do I not? Am I gonna be fucked? Do I not? How much movement do I have left then? I have a lot, right? I can get up to it and fuck it up if I wanted to.
You moved 25, so you've got
Yeah,
55
you can attack
left.
like 5 times.
Yeah, you get 5 attacks in a round. Or no, 4 attacks in a round.
4 attacks, and then the bonus.
All right, yeah, Berg's gonna Berserker Rage and then go up to it and attack it with the I can use the Dwarf Mace. That's probably like my best one, right?
You're not attuned to it. You're carrying it around, but you didn't attune to it.
Yeah. You in chat remind me of that all the time.
Let me add your.
I'm just looking at what's my best weapon. Maybe the quarterstaff.
The war pick or the staff, I guess.
War pick.
Lava fist.
And you could try punching them, but you don't know the full extent of your punch powers.
I mean, I guess just the quarterstaff.
Okay.
Yeah. Go up to.
Give me a second. I just got to look at something on your character sheet before you make that roll. But go ahead and move your token.
Okay, I'm just trying to decide which one to go after. I'll go with this guy.
Okay.
So how many attacks do I have now?
So you've
Rage
done a
on.
move action. You've done a move action and nothing else. So you have your haste action. You've done a bonus action too. So you have your haste action, which is can be an attack, and that means you get 1 weapon attack, and then you get 2 more attacks for your regular. So you get 3.
Okay.
Before we move on,
Yes.
maybe you want to roll for what's her name? God damn it, Agni.
Oh yes, thank you. Yeah, I forgot to initiative for her. Let me roll for Agni. Boop. Okay, cool. So she just hesitated. She just was surprised. She's like, "What? Ah, God, bugs." So she'll go on the next turn. Okay. So anyway, sorry, Berg.
So why wouldn't it be 4? Well, because it's the first round of rage,
okay.
right? So it's 3 right now.
It's your attack action, which gives you 2. It's 1 more shot from haste.
Yeah.
If you had your rage up, it would be bonus action attack, haste action
that's what I'm
attack,
saying. Yeah,
2 more
it's
for
'cause
your
it's
regular.
It's because I just went into rage, right?
Correct. You got it.
Then it would be 4.
Yup.
Okay. So then let's just fucking hit him with a quarterstaff.
Okay.
And you get 2 extra AC during this.
Yeah.
That's true.
17 AC,
Now-
yay.
Here is an interesting thing because we haven't seen you attack while you were raged in quite some time.
Sidekick.
So, yes.
Who's that?
So you come running up to the thing, swinging your weapon, and as you fill yourself with rage, you feel acting as counterpoint to the pure burgeoning anger, a deep, like humming feeling in your bones. You hear this like familiar tone atop your rage. So your attacks when you are enraged, because of whatever has happened to you, no longer do necrotic damage. They no longer drain energy. They instead deal more damage that is now psychic instead of necrotic. So when you swing the quarterstaff, even though it's just like a iron shod piece of wood, no one else can see this, but you can see that it's glowing with a faint like aura of like magenta light, and leaves like trails in the air as you slam this thing in the side of the head.
But what you're saying is I don't get any healing.
No,
No.
you do not. You do not recover hit points with these.
Fucker.
attacks.
Just take everything away that I love.
Listen, man, I didn't fucking drink the water. You drank the fucking water.
We'll talk about this in the post show.
We'll talk about this later. I'll see you in the post show. All right. So you deal 12
Don't look
damage in
at
the
that
first
one.
strike.
Nope,
Okay,
that
miss on the
was
second
also-
one?
That was a 25.
Yeah, I mean, good.
Mother-
All right. So the first strike, bang, you hit it hard, and there's a brief moment where when you strike it, you see like a flash of some like too brief, even like it's sub like below your ability to perceive it, but there's a flash of something when you strike it, and then that throws you off for the other two, and you kind of like just whiff in the air with the other two attacks.
I don't
Cool.
Get any sort of
Right.
haste only helps with what? It doesn't help with like actual attack rolls or what?
No, just extra attacks. Yeah.
That's what I figured. Yeah.
Okay. Kalimat, I need you to make a DC 15 charisma save.
Okay.
That'd be easy for you. But DC 15 charisma save.
Oh, don't say that.
I know. Sorry. I'll explain why.
Okay.
All right, you're fine. So the thing when they first emerge from the thing, they have like gold. I know they look pretty biological here, but they're like gold plated essentially. They look like constructs. When it emerges from the pile of coins, and it's emerging like straight up. It's not standing like it was hidden by the coins. It's just like stepping out of them. Over its eyes, there are gold plates, right? And when it turns its head towards you, the plates snap back like eyelids. And underneath, there are these purple crystalline structures that are glowing. And for a second, you feel like nauseated and dizzy, but you can like turn your head away from looking at them. And for now, you are able to resist the strange, confusing, whatever it is that's happening when it looks at you. What do you want to do?
I am going to... First, I'm going to as soon as I shake that off, I'm going to shout, "Don't look into their eyes!"
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to encourage Agni to follow me. Like, come on, this way. Let's go. And I'm going to move. So I can move, dash, shoot, right?
Yes.
Okay. So that's what I'm going to do. So I can move 60 and then shoot. Let's see here. Or I can move and stop and shoot. And that, or excuse me, move, shoot, move again.
Yeah, you can always interrupt your move. Yeah, you can't cut straight across, but yeah, you can go this way.
Okay. Good. Well, what I want to do is I want to end up somewhere close to Salihafa and the pillar and shoot the one that Berg is on.
Yeah. Okay. So you can just move anywhere over here where I'm kind of showing, but fire along the way. That's fine.
Yep. That's what I'm doing. Okay. Cool. Okay. We'll move over here. Stop. Shoot. Twing, and then move over here. Okay. Let's see if I can actually hit this fucking thing.
Okay.
13.
No. So you fire, you hit it point like no problem. Just fire right between the eyes, and it just boom, bounces off the broken or it breaks on the surface of its armored head. Cool. All right. Now they get to go. So this one is going to move up here and attack Agni. So it gets 3 attacks. So it comes out with its big claws and swipes twice. That is what's her armor class? Okay, the first one misses, so she gets her shield up in time. Second one is a hit. She takes 12 damage. The Golden Hulk takes 5. And then it leans in, and like its mandibles, they're like scimitar length. They're like, the length of your entire arm. And she leans in and they go in to slash at her. Oops, ignore that claw attack. Okay, doesn't hit her. She ducks out of the way. She's combat ready now. So on the other side, this creature comes around you, Berg, and then attacks you. What is your armor class right now?
17.
17, right? Okay. All right. Claw.
Worse.
For 10 down to 5.
5.
Claw. Miss. 27. Wow. And then mandibles.
Shit, I forgot about the mandibles.
For 8. So down to 4. Okay. So, Ramus, you've got a choice. You can either make 2, I think. Let me just see. Yep. 2 DC 15 charisma saves, or you can shut your eyes, in which case you will be blind for the rest of the turn. But you won't have to make saves. What do you want to do?
And if I'm blind, I can't target people with spells.
Can't target spells. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see.
Just rage, bro. Wait. That was me remembering I can't be charmed when I'm rage.
Okay. I'm trying to think of what spells I have that I can cast without having to look. Not many. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to risk it and just take the 2 saves.
Okay.
2 charisma saves.
Yep.
Failed 1.
Okay.
Boom.
All right. So on a failed saving throw, you can't take reactions till the start of your next turn. Can you roll a d8 for me?
Yeah, but like
7.
what if he
Okay. So on a 7 or 8, this is the result. So you feel like suddenly they're like on you. They're right there. They're not as far as you thought, and you kind of like lash out at them, but can't. There's nothing to hit. Right. Your mind is being confused by the psychic presence of these insectoid guardians. So now Agni's got to do the same. Agni is going to opt to shut her eyes. Agni closes her eyes and is going to make an attack with disadvantage against the nearest one. Disadvantage? No, she just like flails out at it and can't hit it. And I think she shouts to you. She's like, "What are these things? I can't fight what I can't see." Sully, it is your turn.
Almost as if she's reading
Same question. Now you're blocked from this one.
Yeah.
You can not look in that direction.
Yeah.
But this one moved so that it was in your line of sight. So do you want to shut your eyes or do you want to make the save?
Before I answer that, I know what these things look like, no matter if I shut my eyes or what, right?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. You know, you saw them. Yeah.
For this round, I want to shut my eyes and then, is it an arcane check to see what these are?
Yeah.
And that would be my action, correct?
Yes. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to shut my eyes and see what these are. 19?
Okay.
With the idea, the whole reason that I'm asking you what these are is I need to know if not necessarily weaknesses, but what they would fear. What they would react to if they saw it.
Okay. Well, you don't know what they are because you've never seen them before, because I think probably almost no one in the universe ever has. However, you can tell that they're constructs, and as such, probably are not afraid of anything. They may be immune to illusion altogether.
Okay.
Yeah, they're essentially like mechanical creatures, magically empowered mechanical creatures.
Okay. Is that my turn with the arcane check?
You can move if you want to.
No, I'll keep my eyes shut. I stand right here.
All right. Berg, same thing. You want to make that roll or?
What? I can't be charmed by these fuckers.
It's not charm. It's confusion. It doesn't say anything about immunity to charm.
Well, fuck.
I know.
Just gonna go ahead and take away my mindless rage at 6th level.
I mean, I think I'll give you. It's fair to give you advantage on the roll, but
Okay.
it's not charm.
Okay.
But I think
What am I
it's
rolling?
reasonable to offer advantage on this one. It's a charisma save.
Good. It's a charismatic Berg. All right.
Okay, roll a d8.
Very nice.
Okay. On a 5 or 6, use all your movement to move in a random direction. So roll another d8.
Jesus Christ.
This is exceptionally bad because he's hasted. So it's double.
Um,
It's 85 or 80 movement or whatever.
Okay. Yeah. So
Is your movement speed 40 or 45?
My movement speed is
normally
40.
40.
So yeah, 80.
Okay.
I'm just
so
like,
you rolled a
"All right,
1,
I'm
so
moving
diagonally
this
to
way."
the northwest. So you run over here. 80 feet. It gets an attack of opportunity on you as you run by.
Yeah, of course it does.
Because it does. It hits
And
you
it hits also.
for 6, so 12 down to 6.
Great.
And then you end up way the fuck over here. Okay, cool. Go on a mighty Berg venture. All right. So let's see. Takes no action, uses movement. Okay, Kalimat, it is your turn.
Now, is it looking in their eyes that does it, or just they give off an aura?
It's as far as you can tell, it's looking in their eyes. Yeah.
Okay.
You can still fight them. You're just at disadvantage to attack.
Okay. So my question is, let's see. If it's fighting a person, can it still? I mean, can it still like look around? Like if I shoot at the one that Agni's on, isn't it focused on her, or is it just like looking everywhere, just trying to get everybody?
Anyone? Yeah, it's anyone within 30 feet of them, basically.
Okay, so well, that's fuck. But I wouldn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's okay for you to know that in terms of like how the encounter is, but yeah, being within a certain distance of them. Yeah.
Well, I put the measuring thing on the corner of where it is, and to where my spot it's 35. I don't know if that means that I'm out of range of it, or
let me see. You are currently because it's big. You're currently definitely within its. Oh, hold on, that one. Let me just see. I think you might be outside that one. Let me set it to 0. Yes, no, that one doesn't affect you. You're hidden. You're far enough away that it doesn't get you. So you don't have to make the save this turn.
cool. Then I will fire at the one
just the other
that one. Yep. I will fire at that one and knock, hitch up another bolt for next time.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
19.
Yes, 19 is a hit.
Sweet. Okay.
Penetrate its external armor, and you fire at it, and the bolt thunks into its arm, and some kind of like silver like fluid pours out of it, but it seems damaged, but certainly not dead.
Okay. So you
wanna
add the 3d6, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. And then what do you want to do? You can move and do your other attack too, or do your other action.
I don't like. I think I'm just going to tell everybody like, we need to take them down one at a time. The one on Agni right now, the one I just shot at, take that one down.
Understood. You kind of see from right across from you. By the way, we need to get in there because we're just nowhere near.
I'm better out here. Trust me.
Do you want to move? Do you want to hide? You still have your bonus action.
Let's see. I want to. Let me. Aided ally and attacking creature. Okay, so can that shot act as my help? My help action, like if I move within 30, or I mean, I can make up something. Like if I
of course, the narrative doesn't. You just need to be within 30 and make the roll. Now remember, if you get any closer to that guy, he's gonna get you with the laser vision.
Nah, I can't do it.
Okay.
I'm just more help without like taking fucking disadvantage of my fucking rolls. Like
you can hide
like a crazy person.
You can hide, and if you hide successfully, you'll get to roll advantage on your next attack. So it'll up your chances of a crit.
Is there a place to hide?
Yeah, I mean you can hide like beside this pillar, basically. Hide just means not having attention on you.
Okay, then I will do that.
Okay,
Yep.
go ahead and roll stealth.
15.
Okay, I'm not sure what their passive perception is, but I will go ahead and check. But you think you're hidden, and that's what really matters.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Time for them. So,
Good luck,
Agni
Dan.
gets attacked
been
3
fun.
times. So
I'm coming next
1,
round.
2,
Miss.
and 3. Yep.
Miss,
3
miss.
misses. Yeah. So she's just like jammed her shield in its mouth to hold its mandibles, and is just like pummeling it in the side of the head with her hammer, with her eyes closed. And then the other one is going to, let's see. I think it's gonna come get you, silly Hoffa.
Uh-oh. Why me?
So he comes after you. So he comes running across, and then 2 huge up swipes
Yeah,
with his
before you
claws.
roll, I
Yeah.
hunkered down and cast shell on myself, and not in my shell, but I cast shell as a reaction.
Yep. Okay.
Or shield.
Cast shield. So
rather.
you can do that. Bonus to your AC.
Yeah, +5, so I'm at 22.
Okay. All right.
I
so
like shell better though.
His,
yeah, I'll cast
well,
shell,
yeah,
yeah.
it's fine. The spell is probably shell. So he
20 to
yes
Jesus, fuck, that's good.
slashes across the magic shield. Second swing, same thing. He's just like he'd be tearing you apart, but the shield is holding. And then he lunges down, and his big mandibles clamp onto the side of the shield, and that one gets through.
Oh my god.
With a crit too. That's
Okay, so you take
17.
not bad.
Yeah.
Take 17, and yeah, it just like breaks through the shield, and the mandibles dig into you. Can you make a concentration check for
Haste.
haste, please?
It's just a con check, right?
Yep.
a sea otter
Let's see,
trying to
21?
smash through a clamshell.
Okay. Ramus. Close your eyes or do the saves.
Shutting my eyes,
Okay.
and I'm going to using my hands on the edge of the lip of the scrying bowl. I'm going to walk around the side of it, using it as a guide.
Yep.
Oh man.
And then
I just had the fucking best idea, and I'm not near the goddamn scrying thing.
move right
if your
there.
idea is what I think it is, I was thinking about it at the beginning of the fight too.
God damn it! We should have fucking hunkered around that thing. Sorry, go ahead.
It's fine. All right, so you move around and then let it go and walk towards the sound of the beetles.
The Beatles, and I
Love me, dude. Sorry.
I have to keep my eyes closed still, correct? So I still closed. I talk to the Beatles and say, "Can you please turn them off or send them away? I know you're there."
Oh no, I don't think so.
God, he's been working on that since Nebula Jazz, everyone. That's day 2 that I've heard this fucking awful thing.
It's Paul's grandfather.
Listen, never mind. I'm not even gonna.
Beach
All right.
thingy.
So what are you trying to do?
I think that he's in the Beatles or they are part of him in some way. So I'm trying to convince them or it or him to send the Beatles, his protectors or guardians away from us.
Oh, I see. So you think it's Utrix doing this?
Yeah, I think like these are his guardians, and he's like in these Beatles right now.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. 19.
Okay. There is no response from the beetles writhing around in the gold. You you say it and you hear them like moving, but there's no response.
As I see you run away, can I scream? Can I talk?
Of course, yeah, you can chat.
Ramus, use the scrying bowl to see the room and cast your spells through that.
There you go. It's like fighting the Medusa. Got to get that shiny shield. All right. So even with advantage, had she had it, Agni would not have been able to hit the thing. Sully, as you finish your sentence, it's your turn. What are you gonna do? You got a golden Hulk up in the business.
Yeah, I can't take another crit. Also, if I cast a spell in melee range, he gets to attack, right?
Nope.
Oh, I can cast spells in melee range? I thought there was...
Yes.
Is that shooting arrows?
No, it's you have disadvantage if you make an attack roll with a missile weapon. Outside of if you have someone in melee, you just have disadvantage.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can cast spells. You just if
Well-
it's targeting someone.
I mean, this is a tale of two PCs here, because if I leave, Collie's... Well, no, Collie gets you get an action before we can... Is Minor Illusion... It's a cantrip, but it costs an action. Shit. All right. I am actually going to... Collie, good luck. I'm going to disengage...
Okay, so are you gonna like shut your eyes first? Because you gotta make one
Oh, my eyes are still shut. Yeah.
save. Yeah.
He knows the direction. Come on.
It's not that he doesn't know the direction. I'm just saying like this thing. You're blind, so the attack of opportunity will have advantage against you.
Well, not if I'm disengaging.
But if you're disengaging, that's right. Yeah, no attack of opportunity.
I just don't get an action.
Especially if he's heading towards water. He can sense water near him. It's just like how he knows when someone's aroused that's female.
Get out of here.
All right, I'm trying. So,
Sorry.
if I don't close my eyes and run up here 30 feet, I will make 2 saves.
Just one. It's the start of your turn.
If I do close my eyes and run up there 30 feet and I don't disengage, can I run up there and know where I'm going, running blind?
Yeah. I think a straight line is fine.
I will run towards the Scrying Bowl without disengage, and as I'm running, cast Shield as a reaction to the oncoming attack. And hope to God I don't get crit.
So eyes open or closed?
Eyes closed.
Eyes closed. Okay. All right. So you are blind, so it's a advantage, but your AC is what, 20?
Yeah.
22?
Plus 5, so 7. Yeah, 22. I guess. Here we go.
Okay.
Oh my God. What do they get plus for?
Hits you for 9.
I'm at 1 HP.
And you make a con save
For haste, right?
for haste.
16. We're fine.
Okay, you're fine. All right. So you move. You can move out of its range. Move your 30 feet. Stumble up. Your turtle blood spills into the scrying pool.
Now, is it a action to use the Scrying Pool?
In combat, yeah. Yeah, I think like focusing the scrying pool.
Okay, well, when I run up there, I will just cast... Or wait, can I because shield's a reaction, so how does that work? I can't cast 2
It's a
spells,
reaction, but it's still a level 1 spell, so you can cast a cantrip.
which is what I was going to do. I'm going to make another copy of myself as Solly Hoffa and just put it wherever I'm blind, but I want it right next to me.
What spell are you casting?
Minor Illusion. I'm just going to make a Minor Illusion of myself.
Okay.
Acting scared. And try to see if they'll attack that instead of me.
Got it.
And that's my
Can
action.
you just paste minor illusion into the chat?
Yeah. It because I have
Okay, so it's a soundless image of you just going
well, no, it has sound because I've improved Minor
right
Illusion.
because you have the thing. So it's just like but it's like kind of like looping and being like scared and
Yeah.
okay.
It's the help me Obi-Wan Kenobi thing. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. It's 1/8 your size.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Berg, you suddenly snap to. You shake the confusion from your head. And you're way the fuck across the room. You can see Ramus, but you can't see anything else. What are you gonna do?
Oh, I see. I just noticed that the pillar is like right here.
Yeah, there's like a wall
Literally
there.
just did like a straight up diagonal from over here.
You weren't that far. You were actually like here.
Right. Yeah, but I'm just saying like these are pillars, right? Right.
Yeah, yeah. So you would have actually
okay.
gone here, and here. But yeah, same distance.
Every regular movement since I'm hasted is 80 feet, right? So movement isn't that big of a deal if I go there and then I can make it to that person. So every
you
time
got-
I attack them on approach, I have to, like, even if he, I'm just confused how their thing works. Like, they have to be making eye contact kind of thing, or is it just like if I attack them, we're assuming that they?
I'll just tell you the ability. It's at the start of your turn if you're within a certain distance of them.
Okay, so it's not like attached to like they have to be looking at you like Medusa like kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So my options are try to draw them to the water thing. Use that as what he said. Use that as like our vision, or go after it, and then I could close my eyes once I get there, and either attack at disadvantage or reckless attack to negate the disadvantage. Right?
Well, reckless attack, it gives you advantage, right? So it would just be the ally.
Gives me that's what I'm saying. Gives me advantage at the risk giving them advantage on the next attack.
Yep.
Just trying to figure out if that's fucking worth it. Oof.
Yeah.
They attack twice?
They attack 3 times. 2 claws.
Jesus fuck, they could really dump damage.
Yeah, but you're the only one that can tank. You got.
I know.
I got 1.
Yeah.
He's
yeah,
at like 4. Ramus is half, whatever that is.
Well, I have one. So for this roll, I could use my inspiration to cancel out the disadvantage. Correct?
Yep.
Does it cancel out? It doesn't actually give me advantage, right? It just cancels out the disadvantage.
Right. That's the best you can do. If you have your eyes, the reason you have disadvantage is you're blind. You have your eyes closed.
Exactly right. So.
But you don't actually need to be blind until your next turn. If you leave the distance and then run up to them, you won't get a disadvantage this turn because you have to make the save at the beginning of your turn.
Okay. Oh, okay. So I can attack fine on this one.
This turn, you're good to go.
Cool. Okay. Well, then we're gonna run up this dude, bro.
Okay.
That's the one that
yeah. You go around the thing. You come running up behind him. Yep.
Yeah. Good question too. Am I using like the quarterstaff? That's my most damage output. I don't know because my arsenal's a little messed up. I'm just wondering if using the dwarf's hammer, just as a straight up hammer, even unattuned to it, does more damage. I'm just trying to look for highest damage output. I know my inventory's been a little weird.
Is it a warhammer? Warhammers are
yes.
D8.
Yeah.
That's a warhammer. Yep.
Yeah, warhammers are
And it's
D8.
still magical, right?
No, it doesn't count as being magical if you're not attuned to it. You don't get any of the bonus to the hit or damage.
Okay.
I'm just saying because I don't see it in my inventory. Like, I don't think we ever like. Actually
No, I didn't
added
put it in
here.
here, but I can just add a generic warhammer. If you
Yeah. If it does more damage output, I'll be using that. So I'd like switch to that and then run up for the attack.
If you two-hand a warhammer, it's a D10.
It is true.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have a
Me
shield,
too.
so
I
you
mean,
might as well.
there's no reason for me to one-hand it. I don't have a shield. Every attack I'd be using would be doing 2 hands.
Yeah, it's versatile.
Okay, and it's.
I'm just trying to make sure I'm having the highest damage output.
So I'm just clicking something because I want to check the macro.
All good. Just trying to make some real plays, you know.
So you want to do it 2-handed?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I got it sorted out. So 2-handed, and then I'll add in the psychic damage, and then we can ignore everything else, and you should be good to go. All right. So you draw 2-handed the hammer whose head is the head of a beautiful woman. And you go rushing in.
Little beauty.
And you take a
4
swing
attacks,
at it.
right?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. First. Nice.
Thank God. Oh,
we need
God.
damage output.
Just
Fuck
fucking
yes. Roll
one-
the 6 on it too.
One round
And plus
this
2
piece of
is the
shit.
range.
Okay.
So 20,
That's 21.
21.
Yep.
Big bird.
Oh.
We'll be right back.
Big bird.
Nice.
Big bird.
21 plus 16.
16.
Yep.
So 37.
Yes.
Nice. Another hit.
37 plus 16.
Another one.
Okay. So the last hit doesn't work, but the first 3 hits, you're just like, bang, bang, bang on the back of it, and like you break open the panel, and there's just like fluid and like chunks of this thing flying everywhere. And Agni has her eyes closed in a second. She's like, "What's that? What's happening? What? Oh gods, what's going on?" And like just like waving her hammer around. Like, yep. So you're just flailing away at the thing, just shredding it from behind.
Yeah. For the last attack, did we add rage as well? We did, right?
Yeah. I've added.
Yeah,
I've got
it's-
the.
It's
I'll just
53
add
total
rage.
damage.
I remember to keep. Kalimat, close your eyes or to take the one save.
It's charisma save, right?
It is a charisma save. Yep.
Okay. I'll risk it
Okay.
with advantage, with inspiration.
Oh, you want his inspiration? Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yep.
DC 15.
Okay. So and I got to do that first, right?
Yes. Very first thing.
Okay.
At the beginning of your turn.
Charisma, right there. It is.
Can you use
23.
advantage?
Ooh, yeah.
Can
What's
you
that?
use advantage on someone's rolls against you?
No.
Okay.
No,
I didn't
it's only
think so.
to create. Yeah. There are a few effects you can do that and give people disadvantage like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. That's what I was
Okay,
thinking.
so you make the save. That's fine. You're good this turn. What are you gonna do?
Let's see. Hold on a second here. Let me look at my movement. There we go. Now I'm still hidden, right?
Yeah. So he won't make an attack of opportunity against you because he doesn't know you're there.
Cool. Then I will move 30, sneakily hidden behind him because that'll use both of my movements.
Okay.
Okay. I'll move to the right here. Bloop.
Okay.
Well, actually, hold on.
Sneak away from him as he turns to follow Salihafa.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's more than enough space. Perfect. And then I'll take a shot at that guy with the bolt that I just knocked up last time.
Do it.
Okay. Jesus fucking Christ, man! I have the same bonus that Berg has. I have a +7 bonus.
I know.
Were
I
you
know.
stealth? If you were stealth, then you have advantage.
Yeah, you do have advantage. So you're not stealth anymore. So you actually do hit.
Oh, there we go.
Roll
Ramus
damage.
saving the comedy. Saving the comedy value.
So you
right,
roll damage, and you get
I
to
knew
roll
there was a
your
reason I stayed hidden.
yep. Roll damage
Okay,
and
so-
do your sneak attack.
Yep, 6
How's this thing looking?
plus 10.
Pretty
So-
fucked up. Yeah, it's not doing great. One of its limbs is like hanging from the elbow with like tubes squirting this fluid on the ground. It's pretty banged up.
Be cute.
But now it's their turn. So this one sees you and goes to
Can
finish
I-
you off.
Oh, I can't re-hide?
No, because you did move, and attack. So you're good. You're done. So that thing moves up. Let's the horribly banged up one. Let's start there. It's going to turn and attack Berg because Berg is
no
messing it
advantage
up.
because my eyes are open. Fuck you.
That's right. So claw number 1, 17, right? Because you're
Yep.
hasted.
Still hasted
Claw number 2.
for 7 more rounds.
Motherfucker's just too slow. Too slow to get you,
Oh,
Berg.
this haste is sale. I shouldn't have said it. I cursed myself.
So 18 down to 9.
Jesus. Is that max damage?
And then
Nope.
the other big guy. This is the bit that's gonna really sting.
Good luck.
What's your AC, Kalimat? 16.
16, yep.
Oh boy.
That's 1
You're probably down.
for 8.
Probably. Ooh, no, not yet. I don't think.
I can use.
No,
I can use.
that's.
but-
You can reduce it to 4. Yep.
Yep. Or
Or
So
do,
slashes you across the side.
do you have to decide now, or do you wait to reduce?
It's after you take the damage. It's as soon as the damage hits. Yeah. So it slashes you across the side. You spin one way. It lunges at you with the other claw.
Yeah.
And it hits you and deals you 6.
Half the 8,
Down,
right?
down you go. Bloop.
Yep.
Okay, so you're at 0. And it only did 15 of move, so it's going to continue moving and do another 15 over that way.
Yep.
All right, cool. Ramus, you are currently in sight line of one of them. Would you like to be blind, or would you like to make the save?
I will be blind because I'm going to cast
Okay.
a spell I don't need to see for.
Okay, sure.
I'm going to walk in a straight line forward. So 1.
Until you bump into the fountain, yeah. Or
So I
into the
bump into Berg. I'll just
Okay, so you just walk towards the screaming.
back to the Screamer Barbarian, and I'm going to
Okay.
cast Spirit Guardians,
Okay.
which in a 15-foot radius or around me, every enemy has to make a Wisdom save at the start of its turn and
Yep.
take damage.
the like shrieking spirits of Ramus Creel emerge
Yeah.
from your open mouth, eyes shut. And you just fly around, being obnoxious.
spell, Ramus.
Everybody hates this spell.
Oh, this smells fucking great.
That's the point.
All right. So move, spell. You got any bonus actions, or you good? You good, Ramus?
Good for now.
Okay. All right. Agni, still blind, takes his disadvantage swing, and she misses. She's trying real hard. All right, Sully, you have one of these big lumbering hulks up in front of you. What are you gonna do?
Just fucking go in the water.
Can I give? I can't. The help action is an action, right?
Yes, it is an action. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to cast Misty Step, which is a bonus action. Allows me to teleport 30 feet to an unoccupied space.
Okay, now hold on. To an unoccupied space you can see, which means you have your eyes open for the beginning of your turn.
Fuck, I do have to see.
Yes. So which is it? Is it eyes closed or eyes open? And then you can decide what you're going to do.
Charisma save with advantage. Use that
He's
inspiration.
right next to water. Does that give him?
He's got 2 of them.
Oh, fuck.
He's got to make 2 saves.
That would be funny if because he's a turtle, it says like needs to have eyes open unless by water.
Well, here's what I do. Before I Misty Step away, it's a bonus action. I'm going to use the Scrying Bowl to see myself. I'm going to focus on myself in the room through the Scrying Bowl, see the bowl, and then Misty Step away 30 feet away. Or see myself in the room.
Make a just make a wisdom save to see if you can concentrate enough with this guy like fucking grabbing on you.
Okay.
But it shouldn't be difficult. DC 10 wisdom save.
Okay, 12.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, you can focus. So you turn your head away from them, stare into the bowl, and focus on the room. So you see yourself in the third person, and then you.
Weird. I'm just like, this is weird.
Listen, this is like a Zelda game.
Yeah,
like
reappear on the
doing a
other side of the
Zelda
bowl,
puzzle.
still staring into it. You can see the rest of the room, and so now you're essentially seeing what we're seeing in Roll20, like up above, seeing everybody. You're in tactics mode. So now what are you gonna do? So you bonus action. That's it so far.
That's all I can do. I bonus action, and then you said seeing the Scrying Bowl was an action, right?
Yes, yeah. But now you have the Scrying Bowl arrayed, and you can see the room. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Good stuff.
And then since I can still move, so
you have to be adjacent to the bowl to use it.
Right, but I'm not using it. Or I guess I would have to stop touching it. I'll just go over here. I'll just go over here.
If you step away from it, you can't see. Yep, that's fine.
Okay.
Move around the outside.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Big Berg.
Okay, so
It's your time to shine. You got to choose.
yeah, but here's the thing. Like I think I kind of just have to what's it called? Keep my eyes open to do reckless attack. Because even if I do close my eyes, that gives them immediate advantage when they attack. Right?
Yeah, when they attack you, if you're blind, they get advantage.
So either way, they get advantage if I choose to do reckless attack or I'm blinded.
Yes. Yeah, either way. Yeah.
Yeah, so we might as well reckless attack. Yeah, let's reckless attack and try to finish off this guy.
Okay. All right.
Oh, thank God.
Okay.
16 damage. Dude, you and 16s. You just love your 16s.
You alive?
No, he's dead. You smash him in the head with your eyes closed. So you have your eyes closed, disadvantage, but you're doing reckless attack, which gives you advantage, right?
Yes.
That's how that works. Okay, so it's just a regular roll. So 19 is enough to hit, and you smash it in the side of the head. The beautiful woman kisses it gently and just smashes it, and it tumbles down.
Now I still have some attacks. Can I move to this? I mean, my eyes are closed. I don't know what.
Make like a DC 10 dex save, not to like fall over whatever, because you're enraged, right? So actually, I don't know if you know where that one is because it came up behind you.
Tell me I can't hear a giant fucking golden thing moving around.
You can, but you don't have like just run until you bump into it. Like I don't think that's how that works. Just make the same check. You know where it is generally. Make a DC 10 dex save to negotiate your way over there without like stumbling.
I'm gonna use inspiration.
Okay, sure.
Didn't even fucking matter. Fuck you.
Yeah, okay,
Dude, I don't think
good.
we've ever had a good inspiration use. Whenever we use it, it's just like, fuck, whatever.
I'm like, this is smart. This is a good idea, but also danger sense. Yeah.
Don't beat yourself up, man. You did good.
You're good. So you run over, and now you can have your other attacks.
You fucking shit. That's where the inspiration needed to be.
Okay.
More.
All right. 2 more.
Nice. Maybe.
Yes, that one's a hit.
Nice damage. 10, and then one more.
Oh, does haste give him
Fuck
advantage
off.
on dexterity saves?
Yes, yeah. So he used his advantage or his inspiration on a roll. He didn't need to use his inspiration.
Fantastic. Good stuff.
Well, that's how you learn.
Give
That's
some
how you learn,
clappers.
ladies and gentlemen. That's how you
We
learn.
get some
Callie-
clappers in the chat.
Kalimat, can I get a death save?
I see that from the Scrying
You
Bowl because I'm
bet.
playing like fucking Final Fantasy
Death
Tactics.
save.
That was a bad move.
Yeah, you see them all standing around. It's like, dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun. And the other gods are sitting behind you, being like, press B button. I saw you off. Press B. Oh, you're a dummy. You suck at this game. Okay, so death save, please.
Can we get a moment for a death save, please?
Yeah, good luck. You're fine. You're gonna roll 20. Save.
Okay, that's one fail. You're fine. You still got
One fail.
2, or you could roll 1. All right, the remaining Golden Hulk is going to go ham on Berg. Hamburg. So,
Hamburger.
so you have they have advantage against you now because of reckless. So,
Yeah.
well, and you're blind, so whatever. But here you
And
go. One.
Either way, they would have advantage.
And let's
yeah.
make a wisdom save for
Oh, yeah, it's true.
Spirit Guardians.
Beginning
Or,
of
yeah,
or
that's
take
right.
12 damage.
Yeah.
Fuck
Alright.
you, you stupid.
What's the DC?
12 or
on that?
6.
Okay, so they do take the 12. Very nice. Thank you for the reminder.
Listen, there's
And
4 on the shop
then
and one of them. Feeling good.
yeah, and then with advantage, the claw hits you. No, that was the wisdom save. The claw, yeah, I rolled before.
27.
Okay, so it does
It hit.
Does hit. Yep. For 7.
Oh god, the
down to
rolls are all over the place.
3.
3. Okay, and then second claw.
Nope.
For
Oh, wait. Yeah.
6. And the mandibles
Fuck.
for another 5.
Do you go down?
No.
Eyes
You got 15 left.
points.
Oh.
And I haven't
Okay.
even gone down once for my Rachel. We good.
No, I know. That's why I forgot you have a billion fucking HP.
Ramus, may I present you with the choice?
have a healing mechanic.
I will keep my eyes closed and
Okay.
walk to my left until I bump to the fountain. Just, boom, there it is. And
Love
then,
it.
I don't think I can cast anything, so I will look in the direction of the water and then get ready to attune to it if you next turn.
Yeah.
Or,
Okay.
Whatever
Yeah,
spell
make a wisdom save.
okay.
So now 2 of you are sharing the UI
12.
of the fountain. Yeah, I like also someone in chat mentioned earlier that the in the image that you're seeing, the scrying pool is showing the scrying pool, which is showing the scrying
Yeah,
pool.
yeah,
And
yeah.
so it's
Which
just
is
like
showing
it
the
just
It's
scrying
the XSplit effect, yeah, with the cameras. Exactly.
descends forever.
Oh.
You've just captured the camera window.
Yeah,
Okay,
you see
cool.
the
So
scrying
Remus,
pool,
you
like,
can,
doing that kind of mirrored hallway thing.
yeah, you can now see all of this, and you can target accordingly. So that was move
Action and movement.
action. You have a bonus action. I don't know if there's anything you want to do, but
Oh, if I can use a bonus action, I would like to cast Healing Word on our rogue friend over there.
okay, please do.
He heals for 7.
Kalimat, you are no longer down.
You're back alive.
Woo! So you're prone, you're lying on the ground, but you take a deep breath.
Motherfucker.
Now you're alive. All right. Agni is blind as fuck. And she's like, is it dead? I can still hear one. And she kind of like stumbles over this way into Berg and then takes a swing at disadvantage. And she hits it
Nice.
at disadvantage. So she deals it 8 damage. So she shouts triumphantly, like, I got one! And like, bangs into it with her weapon. Sully, it is your turn.
That's great, kid. But don't get
You are
cocky.
you're looking into the pool, so you can see what's going on.
I will, slowly, because it's mind breaking and bending, I will lift my hand and I want to cast Magic Missile at the creature.
Right.
So
Yeah,
I can
you're
see
watching-
myself
you're watching
raise.
yourself.
Yeah, like it's
Look to the
weird because
left.
I'm not attached to the body, but it doesn't make much sense.
It's like trying to cut your own hair in the mirror. You're like,
Yeah.
think Okay. Ow, that was my ear.
Yeah, I'm making sure I don't hit Berg and Agni and all that stuff. Yeah.
Sure.
And I'll cast it as a level 2 spell as my final
Nice,
cell
okay.
spot. 12 damage, not bad.
Not bad.
15, because you cast at a higher level, right?
Oh yeah, 15 total. Yes.
Nice. Okay. So your magic missiles streak out and strike the thing, splashing its blood all over the damn place. Cool. Berg, you're still enraged and hyperspeed.
Fucking hit that thing. Reckless
Okay,
like.
so eyes closed. Right? Reckless attack.
Reckless
So
attack.
regular type attack.
Mm-hmm. And in full 4. Good stuff so far.
Nope.
We have 4 of them.
Yeah.
There you go.
Fuck. Okay.
Big damage.
Okay.
It was okay.
9,
15.
6,
17
Does
total.
this account for the extra with the crit? That's what that extra
and
shit is.
2. Yeah, that's what the pluses are. Cool.
All right.
All right. Yeah.
All right. Third attack. Shit.
Not
Fourth
so
attack.
much. Okay, here we go. Do it again.
Oh,
Oh,
and Max, for that crit, you get an extra D10 because you're an orc, half orc.
that's right. Throw another,
Yeah,
throw another D10.
well, that's what I meant when I was asking about it, but
Oh, I thought. Yeah, no,
that-
it
that's the
doesn't. It
racial
doesn't
thing.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't know that you crit in that case.
So an extra D10.
Yeah, another D10.
Fantastic roll. Whole whopping
Fantastic.
1 extra damage.
Calumet, you are lying on your back on the cold stone floor, and you've just been brought back from the brink of death. What are you going to do?
I am. Let's see. Both of my bolts have been
in
expended,
the
so I'm just gonna get and try and just drive both my fucking short swords into the back of this thing.
Okay. All right. So standing takes half your movement.
Okay.
But you're still within. Now,
15.
are you gonna risk the save?
Yep.
Okay.
We're so close. My buddies are close, and I'm gonna backstab it like I only know how to do. All right, charisma save. What's the DC?
15.
Jesus, I thought it was like 12. Okay.
Hey.
Yeah.
No
There
problem.
you go. All right, you're fine.
Well.
So now you can
Okay.
run up to it and
Yep.
get it with your sword.
First one is the backstabby.
Okay.
26.
This is gonna be it. This would be the game.
Drive
over
that
this one.
home.
Okay, do that crit. Just don't roll really.
19
There you
damage.
go. All right, yeah, you kill it. That's sufficient to defeat the thing. You come up and just drive your swords into its back, and it lunges forward. Agni and Berg, you leap back as it tumbles forward onto its face and crashes onto the ground. There's sudden silence, and Agni's like holding her hammer. She's like, "Is it dead? Are they gone?" She opens
It's
her
dead,
eyes.
Agni.
And she looks down and she looks at it and she's like, fascinating. And like just drops to her knees. And she's just like staring at the thing.
Adam, can I make an action while still being in the scrying portal?
Yeah, sure.
I want to think about Anana.
Okay. All right. I hate to make you regret this. Make a wisdom save.
Hopefully I don't take damage, but we'll see. That's crit.
Woo.
That's pretty good.
Okay, so you only take
Once.
half damage.
Well, I have 1 HP, so that's enough.
Okay, I didn't roll that well. You take 7 damage.
So Sully just falls.
Sully goes flying backwards into the pillar. Bang! Hits the pillar, falls on his face, and he's just lying there smoking.
Do I see anything before I get fucking... I crit! Do I see anything?
Nope.
God damn it. All right.
Come on, you gotta know she got Utrix's number blocked.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to say, hey, we fucking did better. Get us out of here.
New pool. Who this?
Jesus Christ.
Oh boy.
I
So
go
I
over and
think-
stabilize him with
Yeah, you can
medicine.
heal him. Okay,
So-
all right. So So you'll Sully, you'll wake up in 4 hours unless someone gives you some hit points. So Sully's just lying there smoldering on the ground.
Yeah.
It's the last thing we see. Just like, hey, not boom.
And I slam back against the wall. Exactly.
It's pretty good. I think
This is an unlisted wall.
that's as good a place as any for us to.
Yeah, let's just
to
end
call
there.
the
There's
episode.
nothing else that can be done. It's great. It's great.
New pool.
Yeah, I mean, I just I just want to fall to my knees and look at Ramus as I'm falling down. And
Yeah.
Gotcha, buddy.
Jesus. Yeah, we're gonna short rest when we get back. Anyways, we'll do that next week. Let's do some shout outs and we'll go record that post show for Patreon. Max, start us off.
I'm GassyMexican, variety streamer and YouTuber. You can check my stuff out. I won't be streaming tonight because I'm just chilling, but you can check me out. I've playing Subnautica, as we talked about in the beginning of it, and probably Sea of Thieves and Monster Hunter and all that good stuff like everybody else, checking out the new games that are coming out. Solid session. I really didn't know where this was going to go, probably like everyone else, but as always, we're somehow still doing stuff, still kicking. And it surprised me too that we're where we are. Yeah, super fun. Check us out next time tomorrow. We're doing it again tomorrow, guys.
I'm down.
Yeah, I think
It'll never stop.
Yeah.
Looking forward to next week's show. And as always, thanks DansGaming, and just all the rest. No, Zeke and everybody and Adam for DMing.
Yeah.
My brain's just kind of mush. I'm running on low sleep. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the show.
Yeah. Thanks for being here. Dan, do some shout outs.
Hi, I'm DansGaming / DansGaming on Twitch, Friday streamer. Currently just counting down until Monster Hunter comes on Friday. Don't know what I'm playing, but I'll be live tomorrow at 9 a.m. Thank you guys for a wonderful show. This is always the highlight of the week for me is D&D. I'm so attached to the character now that like it feels I can't wait to play it every week. I'm at that point. It feels like Ramus is a part of me now. We've bonded, and I can't wait for next week.
There you go. Zeke, continue some shout outs, sir.
You betcha. Dude, what a session. Oh my God, just exciting. One after the other. It was worth the wait. God, every week. I'm with you, Dan, man. I'm feeling so much more connection and just I can't sleep the night before when it's roleplay day the next day. Ezekiel the Third, everything, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube is all /Ezekiel or at Ezekiel_III. I'm a variety broadcaster. I start my days at noon Pacific time. If you want to catch me, I will be on Drop Frames tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific. And I will not be casting after this, and I won't be casting tomorrow after Drop Frames because I'm getting blinds installed. But I will be back. We are in the middle of Indie Week, which means every day, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We've already done 2 days. We got 3 more days. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We're going to be doing indie games all day, and you get to pick. After I pick the first one, you would use straw polls, and you can pick what comes up, what games get played next. I've already played some really cool ones. Got some really awesome ones on the plate, and just want to real quick thank you to JP, Dan, and Max for being here on this journey with me, and a big wet sloppy kiss to Adam for being like one of the best DMs ever in the entire known universe and unknown universe. That's it.
Good stuff. Last but not least, Mr. Adam Coble, some shout outs, sir.
That's me. I'm Adam Coble. I'm the greatest GM in all known and unknown universes. You heard it here first. Thanks for coming, everybody. I love playing this game particularly. This has been just so many straight episodes of good times. So thank you for joining us. If you like this, feel free to throw me a follow on Twitter at skinnyghost to talk about role-playing games a lot, or over on Twitch, twitch.tv/Adam Coble, where also, surprise, surprise, I talk about role-playing games a lot, even when I'm doing other things like playing video games. So maybe I'll see you around there. You can also find me right here on itmeJP doing all kinds of fun stuff, but mostly right now Nebula Jazz. So maybe I'll see you there. We do it on Mondays. We're going to come back next week, but first we got to go record a Patreon video. And if you want that secret loot, go and be a patron. Go make it happen.
It's true. It's true. We're out of here. We'll be back next week for more at 6 o'clock Eastern on Tuesday. We'll see you guys then. If not, we'll see you on that Patreon video. Bye-bye.
Bye.